other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Also a reminder that the consumption or possession of alcoholic beverages is prohibited. And now let's meet the student athletes competing in today's game. First for Babson. Leading off, playing right field, number 2, Sarah Moore. Batting second, the shortstop, number 6, Athena Hajimanias. Batting third, in left field, number 22, Emily Walsh. In the leading spot, playing center field, number 13, Sophia Pack. Batting fifth, the catcher, number 18, Belle DiCampello. Batting sixth, designated player, number 8, Charlotte Raymond. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 23, Ruby Medea. Batting eighth and playing third base, number 28, Maddie DeLong. Batting ninth and playing second base, number 7, Kay Liberty. In the circle today for the viewers, number 12, Laura O'Reilly. The head coach of Babson is Tori Roach.
And now let's meet the starting lineups for your MIT Engineers. Leading off, playing left field, number 1, Layla Thiessen. At first base, batting second, number 29, Michaela Cable. Playing third base, batting third, number 20, Ava Ladd. At second base, batting fourth, number 17, Mackenzie Bivens. Playing shortstop, batting fifth, number 8, Ari Kumar. In right field, batting sixth, number 10, Kennedy Atkinson. Catching, batting seventh, number 6, Olivia Scarpacci. The designated player, batting eighth, number 14, Maggie Fang. Playing center field, batting ninth, number 2, Delaney Benavides. And in the circle today for MIT, number 16, Caroline Langmeyer. The Engineers are coached by Madison Trotman.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise and be able to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
From Briggs Field in Cambridge, welcome to the NEWMAC Softball Championship game between the Babson Beavers and the MIT Engineers. Thanks for joining us for this with producer Timothy Paul, Miles Roberts, Lauren Gillapelli, MIT Athletics, the NEWMAC Sports Network. My name is Jonah White. The Babson Beavers came through the losers bracket. They're the number 2 seed. They're 26-14 overall this season, and they have to win twice in order to be the NEWMAC champions. MIT are the 1 seed, 27-10 overall. They went 16-4 in conference play in the regular season, and they have 2 chances to win once and be the NEWMAC champions for what would be the 3rd year in a row. 64 degrees and sunny for our noon start in Game 1. And here's the lineup for the Babson College Beavers. Sarah Moore leads off in right field. Athena Hajapanias is a shortstop batting second. Emily Walsh is the left fielder. She bats third. Sophia Pack is in center field batting fourth. Belle DiCampello is the catcher. She bats fifth. The designated player batting sixth is Charlotte Raymond. Ruby Medea, the first baseman, hits seventh. Maddie DeLong plays third base and bats eighth. Kayla Liberty is the second baseman, batting number 9 for the starting pitcher in the flex, Moira O'Reilly. That's the lineup that Caroline Langmeyer has to deal with. Langmeyer, the ace for MIT. She is just about ready to go against Moore, Hajapadias, and Walsh here at the top of the first. Junior righty, 5'6" from Upper Arlington, Ohio, civil engineering major. On the season, Langmeyer is 16-2 with a 1.99 ERA. The first pitch is ball 1 to Sarah Moore. Senior from Kettet Square, Pennsylvania, squares to bunt, and that is foul. And Moore bunted to begin the bottom of the first inning yesterday, and Babson's win against Wheaton, the reason that they are here, she led off the game with a bunt single on the first pitch. That led to a 4-run rally, and that's a game that Babson won 4-3. She's got a 15-game hitting streak, Sarah Moore. And that just missed outside. 2 balls and a strike. Moore, the NFCA National Division III Player of the Week last week, is ahead in the count 3-1, and she's the leader in stolen bases in the conference, so not somebody that Langmeyer wants to give a free pass. Slash the other way, a base hit. Moore rounds first and holds on there with a leadoff single. Brings up Athena Hajapadias. Been on base 10 games in a row and batting .333 in that span. .262 for the season for the senior from Rye, New York. And looked like the bullpen door was open down right field. So here's Hajapadias against Langmeyer. Squares to bunt and pulls back. Hajapadias is a league leader in sacrifice bunts. This is popped up. Ava Ladd comes in, makes a catch in foul territory as Moore scampers back to first. Hajapadias cannot get the bunt down. And now it's Emily Walsh, who was a hero for Babson in the first game of this NEWMAC tournament. A walk-off hit against Springfield on Wednesday. On the ground to second base, to her left quickly, Mackenzie Biven over to first for out number 2 as Moore goes to second base. Olivia Scarpacci does the catching for MIT. Ava Ladd at third base. Ari Kumar at shortstop. Biven making that play at second base. Michaela Cable is at first base. Layla Thiessen is the left fielder. The center fielder is Delaney Benavides. And Kennedy Atkinson is the right fielder for MIT. Here's Sophia Pack, the league leader in batting average. 1 ball and no strikes. Pack, the junior from New Rochelle, New York, batting .469 this season. She's hit in 14 games in a row. Two balls and no strikes. Finds the inside corner there. Does Caroline Langmeyer, who has been the NEWMAC Tournament Most Outstanding Player each of the last 2 years. Looped. An awkward one. That's not going to spin foul. Picked up by Langmeyer. And it's an infield single for Sophia Pack. Moore goes to third base. There's runners at the corners for the catcher, Beldi Campello. Not much that Langmeyer could do there except for hope that it spun foul, but became obvious that it wouldn't. DiCampello hits a one-hopper. Nice play by Bivet on the short hop, and she throws out DiCampello. That's a good play by the MIT senior second baseman. In the top of the first, Babson have no runs on 2 hits. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the first inning. The Beavers nothing, and the Engineers coming up on Flo College. Bottom of the first inning. Here's the lineup for the MIT Engineers. Layla Thiessen leads off, the left fielder. Then Michaela Cable at first base. Avalad is at third base, batting third. Mackenzie Bivet, the second baseman, hits cleanup, followed by Ari Kumar at shortstop. The sixth hitter is Kennedy Atkinson in right field. Then the catcher, Olivia Scarpacci. Maggie Feng is the designated player hitting eighth, and Delaney Benavides is the center fielder batting number 9 for Caroline Langmeyer. That against Moira O'Reilly, the 3-time NEWMAC Pitcher of the Year. And the first pitch to Thiessen is up and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Moira O'Reilly, graduate student from Columbus, Ohio. NEWMAC Pitcher of the Year each of the last 3 seasons for Babson. 2-0. Beldi Campello is the catcher. Maddie DeLong at third base. Athena Hadjipadias at shortstop. Kayla Liberty at second. Ruby Medea at first. Emily Walsh in left field. The center fielder is Sophia Pack. And Sarah Moore is the right fielder for Babson. Two and one on Layla Thiessen. First year from Carlsbad, California, batting .389 this season. Fouls it back on 2-1. O'Reilly did not start yesterday against Wheaton. She came in relief, pitched the last 3 innings. Didn't give up a run in the 4-3 win for Babson. Struck out 7, but she did give up 5 hits and needed some help from her defense. Some 7th inning dramatics yesterday. The reason that Babson are here instead of Wheaton. 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Layla Thiessen. Had a good at bat. And of course, if there is a game 2, it'll be worth making each pitcher work for both teams. 2-2 still. And another foul. Thiessen doing well. Computer science and engineering major. Layla Thiessen. The outfield's very shallow right now for Babson, especially in left field with Walsh. 2-2. That is low. 3-2. MIT fans to her left of the bleachers, the Babson fans to her right. Locked in on this championship game. 3-2. Line to right field. That's a base hit, and it gets past Moore, who is really shallow. Thiessen can fly. That's on the warning track. Thiessen headed to her third. She's going to be held up there. A stand-up triple. Babson playing the outfield shallow, and it backfires. Thiessen at third base with nobody out. Sarah Moore out there in right field, one of the fastest players in the league. She got there as fast as she could. But the infield in now against Michaela Cable with Thiessen at third. 1 ball and no strikes on Michaela Cable. Standout senior from Valrico, Florida. And Cable is ahead in the count 2-0. 384 hitter this season after being all conference last year. Swinging 2-0 and a foul back. And again, O'Reilly can strike hitters out. So certainly she's got a chance to strand Thiessen at third, but a long way from that now with nobody out. But it's 3 balls at a strike. O'Reilly this season, 19 appearances coming in and 17 starts. 9-6, a 1.54 ERA. She's pitched 109 innings. 3-1. Low, ball 4. The Engineers have runners at the corners and nobody out in the first. This MIT offense is the best in the NEWMAC. They hit 351 as a team. Doesn't get much easier here for O'Reilly with Ava Ladd, a 402 hitter. Squares, pulls back. Cable going to second. The ball goes into center field. Cable going to third. Thiessen coming home, and MIT take the lead. Babson botched the infield play. Maybe some miscommunication there. And MIT take advantage on the error. Cable gets his stolen base. Thiessen may get a stolen base as well, and then Cable goes to third on an error on the catcher, but really we don't know who the actual mistake was on, because it looked like Babson were on a separate page perhaps of who was supposed to do what in terms of cutting off the ball with runners at first and third. Ladd takes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. In addition to their hitting, MIT are a really good base running team. They got a lot of speed all over, and it causes some problems right there. One and two. Cable the runner at third. Infield in. Swing and a miss. O'Reilly picks up the first out on a strikeout. Now it'll be Mackenzie Biven. The dangerous senior, San Diego, California. 12 career home runs. She was an All-American first teamer 2 years ago, batting .363 this season. Vivid this year with 4 home runs and 31 RBIs. She was also the NEWMAC Rookie of the Year a few years ago. 1-1. Just giving you O'Reilly's season stats. 109 innings, 80 hits, 39 runs, 24 earned, 33 walks, 120 strikeouts. Opponents are batting .199 against her. Foul back. 1-2. A triple off the bat of Thiessen. A line drive that snuck past the right fielder Moore and went all the way to the warning track. Cable walked, and then a double steal that turned into more than that. 1-2. 2-2. Pitch. In the air, foul. Michaela Cable has good speed, even though she wasn't really using it on the stolen base attempt, trying to draw the throw, and of course she did. Good speed at third base. The infield in for Babson. 1 out, a runner at third, and a run in. Line towards center field. Pack going back, makes the catch. Cable tags from third and scores. A sac fly from Mackenzie Biven, and it's 2-0 MIT. Well struck ball. Sophia Pack did well to track it back into her right. But it's a 2-run first inning for MIT. Now there are 2 outs and nobody on for the shortstop, Ari Kumar. Sophomore from San Diego, .310 hitter. Kumar and Cable are the only engineers to have started every single game this season. A strong defensive shortstop as well, Kumar. She's ahead in the count 2-0. Two and 1. MIT have only had to play 2 games to get here as the 1 seed. Beat Wheaton 4-2 on Wednesday. They beat Babson in walk-off fashion here on Thursday to go express to the championship game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Babson have played 3 games. They've all been decided by a run. They walked off Springfield on Wednesday. Got walked off here by MIT, and then yesterday they beat Wheaton 4-3. 2-2 to Kumar. Floats in high, 3-2. First sunny day of the tournament. Beautiful day. Mid-60s here in Cambridge. Low ball 4. O'Reilly has walked 2 here in the inning. Certainly knows how dangerous this MIT lineup is, top to bottom, but trying to maybe pitch around them a little bit. Surprising though, 2 walks to the first inning. Here's Kennedy Atkinson. Atkinson takes a strike. Senior from San Jose, California. Kennedy Atkinson has 608 plate appearances in her career. She's behind 0-2 now. 608 plate appearances in her career, and 5 have resulted in a strikeout. None this season. She is behind 0-2 right now. You can kind of see why she didn't strike out. Chases a pitch out of the strike zone and fouls it off comfortably. Oh, 2 again. And again fouled off. And again, I think that pitch was outside the strike zone. O'Reilly getting the chase, but not the strikeout. Kumar, the runner at first. Difficult first inning for O'Reilly. 2 walks, a triple, a double steal, and an error. Way out of the strike zone, and she's still got the bat on it. That was in the other batter's box. It's impressive. Hi, Atkinson. Pretty much everybody else swings and misses at that pitch. 0-2. On the ground is short. Hajapanias fields it too late, and it's a hit for Atkinson. Well, goes in E6. It looked like the bobble by Hajapanias made the difference. Now they go and talk on the infield with O'Reilly. Even though technically that goes as an 0-for-1 for Atkinson, since it's an error. After staying alive on pitches way outside, that was a good off-speed pitch from O'Reilly, and she kept the bat back, put it into play, and got rewarded. 2 Babson errors in this inning. So first and second for Scarpacci, the catcher who has 6 home runs this season. Went around there. 5'6" catcher from Staten Island, New York. 276 hitter this season, 3rd in the conference with those 6 home runs. One ball and 1 strike. That's just strength on strength. It's the best offense in the league against a 3-time pitcher of the year, and so far it's going the way of MIT, even with only 1 hit. And a hit by pitch. Caught Scarpacci maybe at the elbow, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. And the batter is Maggie Fang. Maggie Fang is the reason that MIT are in the winner's bracket and Babson are in the loser's bracket. She had a walk-off hit in the 7th inning on Thursday against Babson. 2 out, bases loaded. Good pitch, strike 1 on the outside corner. First year from Brookfield, Wisconsin. Just missed, 1-1. A couple of the Beavers and their fans wanted the call. It's Michael DeBrush, the home plate umpire. John Barrett is the umpire at first, and Peter Muscofian is the second base umpire. Ball and a strike. Foul away. 1-2. O'Reilly gave up 2 runs, but did clear up the bases. Since then, a walk, an error, and a hit by pitch have reloaded the bases now with 2 outs. 1-2. Taken. Outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kumar at third. Atkinson at second. Scarpacci at first. 2-2 to Maggie Fang. Lifted in the air, foul territory, right field now to play. Feng, as a first-year, batting .366 on the season, 3 home runs, 19 RBIs. Chance to do some damage here in the first inning. On 2-2, Feng fouls it off again. Engineers are not making this easy on Moira O'Reilly. If Babson are to win the championship, they'll need 2 full games worth of pitching. First, they got to get out of this first inning. Swing and a miss, and Feng doesn't know the ball is at the backstop. Everybody's confused, and Babson do the right thing. Beldy Campello and the pitcher O'Reilly were the only 2 people who realized what was going on. It was a swinging strike 3 and the ball to the backstop, and I guess they're contending a foul ball here. If MIT had realized earlier, they might have been able to make that more complicated, but credit the catcher and the pitcher for Babson for realizing it. It's a strikeout. It's a massive strikeout for Moira O'Reilly. But in the first inning for the Engineers, 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, and the bases left loaded. We go to the second inning in the championship game, part 1, and it's the Engineers with a 2-0 lead. Charlotte Raymond leads off the second Babson trail 2-0 against Caroline Langmeyer, who throws ball 1 down low. 2 runs for Langmeyer is a lot. 1.99 ERA this season. And this is lifted to center. Benavides drifting over and makes the catch in left center field. 1 out. Brings up Ruby Medea. Babson out-hit MIT 2-1 in that first inning, but they trailed 2-0, and it could have been more. But for the bases loaded strikeout to end the inning. 1-0 on Medea. Sophomore from Princeton Junction, New Jersey. .302 hitter on the season. She went 2 for 3 yesterday against Wheaton. Fouled away. If you weren't with us for that game against Wheaton, it bears a little bit of description for what happened. It was 4-1 Babson after an inning. Then it was 4-3 entering the 7th inning, with O'Reilly having struck out 6 in 2 innings of relief. 2-1. Now 3-1. Wheaton had a single to lead off the top of the 7th, down by a run, and that's ball 4, down and in. 5-pitch walk. So Langmeyer walks Medea with 1 out. That'll bring up Maddie DeLong. First year from Cranford, New Jersey, hitting .212. The 8-hitter. I don't know. With a tying run at first and nobody out of the 7th, though, yesterday, Wheaton into double to right center field. The lead runner stopped at third. 1-1 here. And the trail runner, the batter who happened to be one of the faster players in the league, was caught rounding second base, and then chaos erupted. 1-1. Bud pulled back, 2-1. Hajapanias, the shortstop for Babson, chased the trail runner into a rundown, and then the runner from third took off for home. 3 balls at a strike. Hajipadias wound up tagging out the first runner between second and third, then threw home and got the out there, turning a double into a double play. 3-1. That's ball 4. 2 5-pitch walks in a row. And now MIT got a conference. So basically what was almost a situation with Wheaton having the go-ahead runs on base with nobody out turned into 2 outs and nobody on because of the awareness of Hajipadias. Now Riley finished the game with a strikeout, and that's how Babson got here. It was one of the most bizarre endings, bizarre plays I've ever seen in terms of a double turning into a double play. Here's Kayla Liberty, the 9-hitter. She drops down a bunt, and it goes foul. Ava Ladd was watching the line carefully, picked it up after it had crossed. Liberty, the 9-hitter. First year from Lowell. Gets this bunt down. Ava Ladd's got it on a hop. Throws to first with Bivin covering for the out. Both runners move up. A 5-4 successful sacrifice by La Liberty. Medea goes to third and DeLong goes to second. And now Sarah Moore with a chance to tie the game with a hit. The reigning National Player of the Week. Off speed, first pitch is in for strike. Couple of 1-out walks. Medea and DeLong, they were third and second respectively with 2 outs. Langmeyer to Moore. That just missed outside. A ball at a strike. On the ground, up the middle, a base hit. Medea scores. DeLong is going to score ahead of the throw into second with a game-tying single is Sarah Moore, 2-2. The walks come around to score. The bunt by La Liberty relevant as well. Two hits of the game for Sarah Moore. Now the conference hits leader with 62. And that's lined to right by Hajipadias. Up with it is Atkinson. Throw to first is in time. Kennedy Atkinson with a 9-3 putout. And that ends the top of the second inning impressively by the MIT right fielder. But Babson tied the game with a run, 2 runs on a 1 hit, no errors. And 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the second inning, tied at 2. Two-two game, bottom of the second inning. May have anticipated a pitcher's duel. but haven't had one so far. Delaney Benavides leads off for MIT, lays down a butt up the first baseline. She might be the fastest player in the league. No throw is made, and Benavides is on at first. And I'm not sure what that argument would have been about. Maybe interference. Only thing I could think of. She was running up the first baseline, maybe. But it's a bunt single for Delaney Benavides. And here is Thiessen. There goes Benavides to strike. A good throw by D. Campello. Safe! It's a really good throw by the catcher for Babson. Benavides is just too fast. 31 for 33 now, stealing bases. Corners pitching in here against Thiessen. 1-1. DeCampello's only thrown out one runner in 33 tries now this season. That was an excellent throw. Couldn't have been better, and it's 2-1. Probably would have been on time to get most runners. This game features two starting catchers who have not made an error in their career, by the way. Campello and Scarpacci. 2-1. 3-1. Both star pitchers have already walked two batters. 3-1 pitch. Bounced off the glove of O'Reilly, deflects away from a Liberty who picks it up and has no play. This is pretty fast. If O'Reilly doesn't deflect that, Liberty gets to it a little quicker, probably still doesn't have a play. Benavides goes to third. Thiessen is on at first. Back and forth early in this game. Here's Michaela Cable with the infield in. Runner goes. This time Babson will not really feign throwing to second base. Last time they tried to, it went into center field, allowing a run to score. Stolen base there for Thiessen. Infield still in for Babson and an 0-1 count. Cable takes outside, 1-1. She walked and scored in the first inning. An eventful opening couple of innings here, despite the two aces in the circle. That hit the bat. It's a bad break there for Cable, and it's a strike. One and two. Just gets a piece of it there to Cable. Against O'Reilly, who again struck out 7 in 3 innings to close out the game yesterday against Wheaton. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the senior Michaela Cable. Swing and a miss. A lot of drop on that pitch. Second strikeout for O'Reilly, and a big one potentially. Now it brings up Ava Ladd, who was the other strikeout victim. That was a nasty pitch there to Cable. Still second and third, 1 out. Still the infield in for Babson. On the ground towards center field and a base hit. Benavides scores. Thiessen coming around. She's going to score. Now going to second is Ava Ladd. She's got a 2-run single. And MIT, for the second time in the first 2 innings, have a 2-run lead. Couple of infield singles here the second inning, a stolen base, and then a single through the drawn-in infield from Ladd. 4-2 Engineers. Here's Bivin, who hit a sac fly in the first inning. Scoreless top of the first. 2 in the bottom of the first, 2 in the top of the second, and now 2 in the bottom of the second. 1 out. Ladd, the runner, at second. Fouled away by Bivin. Ava Ladd there picking up her 34th and 35th RBIs of the season. That floats in high. 2 balls and a strike. The 3-time NEWMAC Pitcher of the Year. 2-time defending NEWMAC Tournament Outstanding Player in the circle, and it's 4-2 here in the second inning. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2 star pitchers on opposite sides. Not the score that one would have expected. Three and 2. MIT going for a NEWMAC three-peat. May have 2 chances. If they lose, we'll play again. 3 and 2 to Mackenzie Bivin. On the ground, foul. A bunt single by Benavides. An infield deflected single off the pitcher's glove by Thiessen. A couple of stolen bases as well, and then a 2-run single by Ava Ladd. And Ladd's at second base right now. Bivin pops it up. Foul. MIT now out hitting Babson so far 4-3. On 3 and 2, Bivin. That's another foul ball. Be frustrating for O'Reilly. There's no offense in the conference that's as good as MIT. And O'Reilly has had to work hard for the 2 strikeouts that she does have. Payoff pitch again. That is strike 3. See how O'Reilly reacted. One that she had been waiting for, and clearly a pitch that Bivin had not been waiting for. That's the 3rd strikeout for O'Reilly, and here's Kumar. 2 outs, and Ava Ladd still at second base. 1-0. On the other side, O'Reilly's done pretty well to get 3 strikeouts, despite the fact that MIT have been so persistent at the plate. Shot to right field. Moore going back in front of the track. Able to bring it down, and that retires the side. But MIT retake a 2-run lead. They do it with 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no errors, and there's 1 left. We go to the 3rd inning at part 1 of the championship game, and it's MIT 4, Babson 2. Top of the third, 4-2 MIT. First pitcher. Emily Walsh grounds out on a comebacker. Brings up Sophia Pack. Infield single her first time. 1 ball and no strikes on the NEWMAC batting average leader, Sophia Pack. Two and 0. Elsewhere, MIT baseballer in action. They came from the elimination bracket in their tournament. And they're playing Salve Regina. And in game 1, down in Rhode Island, it's 5-4 MIT in the 6th inning. That's line to right field, and it's only trapped by Atkinson. Throw to first, not in time, but a base hit for Sophia Pack. Keeps pace with Moore, her teammate, atop the NEWMAC hit charts. She's 2 for 2. Atkinson was almost caught in between it. She did well to kind of smother that. Make sure it didn't get behind her. Is DeCampello. Ellie Campello grounded out 4-3 her first time. One ball and 1 strike. 300 hitter. The first-year catcher DeCampello slowly to second. Bivin charges, underhands to first in time. Bivin's made a couple of nice plays, not quite routine. Pack goes to second base with 2 outs, and here's Charlotte Raymond. MIT have the best defense in the NEWMAC. Highest fielding percentage, in other words, percentage of plays made. Raymond flied to center her first time. Two and 0. 234 hitter this season, a sophomore from Rentham, Massachusetts. 2-0. On the ground towards short, off the glove of Kumar into center field. Benavides up with it. She won't make a throw home as Pack comes home to score. RBI single for Charlotte Raymond, and it's 4-3 here in the third. Back and forth. So now Raymond the tying run at first for Ruby Medea, who takes a strike. Medea walked and scored the first run for Babson in the 2nd inning. One and 1 to the Babson first baseman, hitting 7th in the order. On and 2. Just missed. 2 and 2. Seems like it's been a relatively small strike zone. It's based on there being more complaints about balls than strikes. Seemingly. Flied toward right foul and not getting there is Cable. I don't think that made it in play, but view is a little obstructed. That made it out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the air. This one might be in play. Michaela Cable, a tough angle, and she's got it with 2 hands. And that's the third out. Babson, though, get 1 run back, got a couple of hits. There were no errors, 1 left on base. Middle of the 3rd inning on Flo College. It is MIT 4, Babson 3. 6, 7, and 8 for MIT in the bottom of the third. They've got a 4-3 lead. Kennedy Atkinson leads off. He turned a wonderful at bat into an E6 her first time up. Takes ball one outside here. Kennedy Atkinson gonna eventually be a Navy pilot after graduating. One ball and one strike. Given the strikeout stat that gave you, it seems that she would have good vision. She's got less than a strikeout every 100 plate appearances in her whole career. 2 balls at a strike. Senior from San Jose, aerospace engineering major. Two and one. 3 balls at a strike. O'Reilly walked a couple in the first inning. Danger of a leadoff walk here in the third. Taken outside, ball 4. Close pitch just outside, and Atkinson draws a leadoff walk. So here is a power-hitting catcher, Scarpacci, who was hit by a pitch her first time. Swing and a miss. It would seem as though the rescheduling would be a slight advantage to Babson, potentially. Popped up on a bunt attempt. Coming in from third is DeLong to make the catch. And she actually did very well there, DeLong, because she was the best position to make that catch with the pitcher coming in and the catcher coming out. And DeLong from third coming across. So here's a walk-off hero from Thursday, Maggie Fang. Struck out with the bases loaded in the first inning, Fang, on an awkward play where it was a drop third strike, and the only players on the field to realize that were DeCampello and O'Reilly, the catcher and the pitcher. They were able to complete the strikeout and end the inning. One and oh. That is a strike on the outside corner. This game was initially scheduled to be played yesterday after the elimination semifinal between Babson and Wheaton, but rain and field conditions pushed it too far back that it had to be rescheduled to today. The 1-1. So we're going to miss 1 and 2. So the championship game and the if necessary championship game now happening on the same day, and that helps Babson, I think, because otherwise Babson would have had to play a second game yesterday, which would have been MIT's first game. But now it's the same amount of games for both teams on the day. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and I think that's a meaningful difference. Positive break for Babson if they can get it to a second game. 1 and 2 to Fang. Another foul. Nothing has come easy to O'Reilly, even with the 3 strikeouts that she's got. Line toward left field. That's a fair ball, headed all the way to the corner and chased by Walsh. Atkinson waved around third. She's going to score. On at second with an RBI double is Maggie Fang, and it's 5-3 Engineers. Again, all of this, if you missed it before, against a three-time NEWMAC Pitcher of the Year, Moira O'Reilly. Here is Delaney Benavides, a bunt single her first time, swinging away here in a foul. Saw that ridiculous speed by Benavides on that bunt. It was a really good bunt up the first baseline, and she was past first base by the time it was picked up. 0-2, and not just the corners are in, but pretty much the whole infield is in against Benavides, because she would beat out a routine ground ball. Oh, 2. Fouled away. Benavides batting .434 this season. First year from Plainville, Massachusetts. Here's the 0-2. Flailed at, and she got a piece. And this whole MIT team epitomized by Atkinson, but up and down. Hard to strike out. Off to the left. Still 0-2 on Benavides, with Thiessen in the top of the order to follow. 2-0 MIT after 1, 4-2 after 2, and now 5-3 here in the third. 1-2. Benavides tempted for a moment, but that rode too high. Hits are 5-5 at this point. Babson did make a couple of errors, though, in the first inning. Line towards center and down for a hit. Fang around third. The throw from Pack is cut off. Now throwing a second. Benavides slides in safe there. RBI single for Benavides. It is 6-3 MIT, their biggest lead. A little bit surprised there that DiCampello cut off that throw and redirected it to second base. Pack made a really good throw from center field. I think it might have been a close play at home, with Fang coming around, because Pack picked up that ball on the run and fired in from shallow center. But anyway, that's it for O'Reilly. And Babson, who need to win this game, can't afford to worry about game two. They're going to bring in their Rhode Island transfer, Cameron Whiteford. Down 6-3 here in the third, and we'll take a moment. 6-3 Engineers. (6-3) MIT, 1 out, runner at second, bottom of the third inning. And the three-time Conference Pitcher of the Year, O'Reilly, has been pulled from the game in favor of Cameron Whiteford, who has a fairly impressive resume herself. She's a transfer from URI, Division I program. She has a 1.83 ERA this season. Layla Thiessen is 2 for 2 with a triple and 2 runs scored, and she takes a strike. Back to the top of the order, Thiessen batting for the third time here in the third inning. Benavides is the runner at second base. MIT have put up 2 in the first, 2 more in the second, and 2 more in the third. Oh, and 2. 1 and 2. I think the plan for Babson would probably have been to have Whiteford pitch a would-be game 2, but can't worry about that now. Trailing by 3 runs here. Ought to win this game to keep their season going beyond it. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Whiteford, graduate student from Centerville, Maryland. This is her 22nd appearance, her 6th in relief. Now that's lifted by Thiessen into right field. Going back is Moore. She makes the catch. Benavides tacking at second, and she winds up at third. Now there are 2 out. That'll bring up Cable, who's walked, struck out, and scored a run. Whiteford this season, 13-6, a 1.83 ERA. We're going to terrific 1-2 punch for the best pitching staff in the NEWMAC. 122 and 2/3 innings, actually more than O'Reilly. 39 walks, 126 strikeouts. On the ground, back to Whiteford. Goes to first with 2 outs. And that retires the side. Whiteford does a nice job stranding the inherited runner. In the third inning for the Engineers, 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, 1 left. At the end of 3 innings, MIT doubling up the Beavers. It's 6-3 on Flo College. Top of the 4th inning. Producer Timothy Paul. I'm Jonah White with MIT Athletics of the NEWMAC Sports Network. A 6-3 lead for MIT here. Maddie DeLong leads off for Babson in the 4th against Langmeyer, and she takes a strike. 8-9-1 here for the Beavers. DeLong has walked and scored. Behind 0-2 here against Langmeyer. Take a look at the box scores so far. For Babson, 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on base. For MIT, 6 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 5 left on base. Again, MIT comes through the winner's bracket because they beat Babson here on Thursday. Babson coming through the elimination bracket, so they have to win twice. This is the 11th game of the NEWMAC tournament, which started with 7 teams, and it comes down to the 2 seed and the 1 seed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is a rematch of the championship last year, which was won by MIT. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Maddie DeLong. Line to center, a base hit. Seems like the runs aren't done coming home in this game. A base hit for Maddie DeLong. Babson a good start here in the 4th. Only scoreless half inning so far. It was the top of the 1st. And even then, Babson had 2 hits in it. Kayla Liberty bunted her first time up, tries to bunt there. But it's strike 1. Trying to bunt here, and that's strike 2. If you're wondering about the run game for Babson, they've got a few players that could steal bases. Bad news for them is that the catcher Scarpacci has thrown out 13 of 25 would-be base stealers, and that is strike 3 called on La Liberty. First strikeout for Caroline Langmeyer. Now back to the top of the order, and Sarah Moore, who's 2 for 2 with a 2-run single in the 2nd inning. So whatever Babson's running game is, it's basically neutralized. On a butt, back to Langmeyer, and the throw goes into right field. DeLong goes to 3rd. The throw there is in time. What a throw by Atkinson! A little slow to get up there is DeLong, and looks like she's okay. Standing up and walking off the field. A spectacular throw there by Atkinson. As the Engineers defense points that way. I mean, she was in perfect position to back it up as well. Right there on the errant throw. It's an E1 on Langmeyer. Now 2 outs, and here's Hadjipadias. That's just not a play that you see. A runner thrown out at 3rd from right field on a play like that. And now hung up between 1st and 2nd. Sarah Moore in trouble. The tag by Cable, out. The Engineers defense getting it done in the 4th. On the back pick, Moore is picked off after the rundown. And that is it for the top of the 4th inning. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 great defensive plays, and nobody left. We're halfway through, and it is 6-3 Engineers. Ava Ladd leads off the bottom of the 4th inning against Cameron Whiteford. It's Hicks ball 1. Hadjipadias. Check that, that's the other side of the scorecard. This is Ladd, Pivot, and Kumar. 4 and 5 here against Whiteford. And that is toward Hadjipadias on a hop. The Babson shortstop makes a strong throw to 1st to get Ladd. He's anticipating, seeing into the future, that Hadjipadias would be involved in the play. Here is Bivin. Strikeout and a sac fly.
My school did like YouTube songs, so they did the duck song for one of them. That was a great walkout.
1-0. Whiteford relieving O'Reilly with 1 out of the 3rd inning. She got the last 2 outs of it. Gets Ladd here to start the bottom of the 4th inning, but a 6-3 lead for MIT. And if MIT win, they officially three-peat as NEWMAC champions. Of course, O'Reilly could come back into the game. I think that's a possibility depending on how things go. So far, so good, though, for Whiteford, whose stats are basically as good as O'Reilly's at D1 transfer. But it's 3-0 here on Bivin.
I'm trying to tell her why you want the Halloween ending. So, when I was a young child, I watched the Michael Jackson Thriller video. Okay, yeah. Are you familiar with that video? Yeah, I think so. There's like zombies and it's a little... So I became so struck from that every...
O'Reilly 2 in the 3rd.
So, the movie Free Willy, the opening song is Michael Jackson.
Yeah, 3-1 here. And it's bounced toward the middle. Past the reach of Hajapadias, hit into center field. A base hit for Mackenzie Bivin with 1 out in the 4th.
So, once I told him that, he's now trying to everything, like incorporate everything Thriller.
O'Reilly 2 in the 3rd, 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. All right, Kumar takes ball 1. She has walked and flied out. Everybody for MIT has already been on base one way or another.
Are you going to go and like play Thriller? They'll do it.
2 balls and no strikes.
Just say low dog request Thriller. They're going to be like, who's this guy? Did Lord really quit?
The pitch. In for a strike, 2-1. It's been an impressive season here for Whiteford. Over 120 innings at an ERA under 2. That's toward the right side, deflects off the mid of Medea. The Liberty gets there and throws out Kumar. 3-4-3 on the putout. An adjustment there by Kayla Liberty and for Medea to get back to the base. Here is Atkinson. 0 for 1, a walk and a run scored. An incredible throw in the 4th inning just now. Throwing out a runner at 3rd from not just right field, from the right field line. 1-0, and that is hit toward the right field line. It's down for a hit. Bivin waved around 3rd. Throw goes to 1st as Atkinson is safe, and it's an RBI single for Atkinson, and it's 7-3 MIT. MIT have scored at every opportunity. 2 in the 1st, 3-1 here in the 4th. Here's Scarpacci with 2 outs, and Atkinson at 1st, and a grounder to 3rd. Picked up on a short hop by DeLong. Throw is true to first base, and that retires the side. But MIT tack out a run on a hit, on 2 hits. No errors and 1 left at the end of 4. MIT 9 outs away from the championship. They lead 7-3 against Babson. Top of the 5th inning. Babson have their work cut out for them now. They trail 7-3. Babson have 2 in the 2nd inning, 1 in the 3rd. MIT 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th. Caroline Langmeyer now with a 4-run cushion. She faces Athena Hajapadayas, the defensive hero yesterday for Babson in the 7th inning. 0 for 2 here. This team split in the regular season. MIT won on Thursday. All of those games at Briggs Field. MIT's wins coming in walk-off fashion. 1-1. 2-1. Three balls and a strike. It's been a really good NEWMAC tournament all around. There have been a few walk-offs. Babson had one in their favor. 3-1. And for a strike to Hajapadayas, 3-2. That was on Wednesday at home against Springfield in the 10th inning. MIT walked off Babson on Thursday. Here's a 3-2. Lifted toward right. Bivin out to make the catch. 1 out. I'll bring up Emily Walsh, who had that walk-off against Springfield. MIT walked off Babson here. Maggie Fang on Thursday to set up MIT on the winner's side of this bracket. There's another walk-off between Wheaton and Coast Guard. There have been a few more one-run games. It's been an entertaining tournament. The 1-0 line caught, Ladd. 2 outs. It's a break there for Walsh. Well, Babson is hoping that they can inject some more drama into this tournament. They've got 7 outs to work with. Here's Sophia Pack. Should be a candidate to do that, but batting now with 2 outs and nobody on. She is 2 for 2 with runs scored. 2 balls, no strikes. Pack's .469 average coming into this game. It's the highest for any Babson player since 1994, and it's good enough to lead the NEWMAC. With a junior from New Rochelle, New York. 2 balls, 1 strike, lined into right left field, and that's a base hit for Pack. 3 for 3. Now she finally overtakes Moore for the lead in hits in the conference with 63. That tie is a single season record, by the way, for Babson. DeCampello into right field, hangs up there for Kennedy Atkinson. And that retires the side. No runs, a 2-out single. No errors and 1 left. Middle of the 5th inning. MIT getting closer. They lead 7-3 on Flo College. It's the bottom of the 5th. MIT a 7-3 lead against Babson. In the championship game, if Babson win, we go to the if necessary winner-take-all game. now, it looks less likely of the two outcomes. Maggie Fang, Delaney Benavides, Layla Thiessen, 8-1 for MIT against Cameron Whiteford. In the bottom of the fifth with a 7-3 lead. Fang a RBI double. And a run scored in the third inning. A walk-off hero from Thursday. MIT trying to beat Babson at the championship for the second year in a row and win their third title in a row. Of course, it would move them on to the NCAA tournament. Ball at a strike here to Maggie Fang.
I could say me. Actually, wait, can I change my I want it.
1-1 from Whiteford. In the air, right field. Moore settles under it, makes a two-hand catch, and there's one out. Brings up Benavides, who's 2 for 2.
Syracuse people stick together.
Cameron Whiteford pitched over 73 innings at URI, but most of that was in 2022. Won a Maryland State Championship in high school. Ball and no strikes. She's a Baltimore Ravens fan, Cameron Whiteford. Actually a two-way player. Had a really good grad season with Babson, trying to keep it a 4-run game. Here's a 1-0. Benavides butts it foul. One. Swing and a miss. 1-2. MIT right at their season average. 7.1 runs per game is 11th in the country. They've got 7 already here. Against one of the best pitching staffs in the country. The best of the NEWMAC for sure. Line towards short, and that's caught by Hadjipadias. Babson looking for their first scoreless inning on defense. Thiessen coming up, she's 2 for 3 with 2 runs and a triple. Babson had a scoring chance in the top of the first. Runners at the corners but couldn't convert, and then Thiessen, with the outfielders drawn in, Thiessen hit a line drive past Moore in right field for a triple, and she hits this one towards Moore, who's going to pick it up, and if there was a slower runner, she might have thrown to first. But Layla Thiessen is now 3 for 4. I'd be surprised if she thinks about taking off for second base here, Thiessen. She's 28 for 29 stealing this season. 1-0. Michaela Cable. All conference in soccer in high school Cable. Ball and no strikes. On the ground slowly to second. Liberty will shovel to first. In time, but Cameron Whiteford is the first scoreless inning for Babson. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the 6th inning. The Engineers 7, the Beavers 3. 7-3 MIT. Babson down to their final 6 outs of the season against Caroline Langmeyer. Babson have 7 hits. 3 runs to show for it. Langmeyer has walked a pair and struck out 1 through 5 innings. Charlotte Raymond takes a ball. Raymond flied to center and had an RBI single in the 3rd inning, which at the time made it 4-3 MIT. This is hit to center. Benavides moving over and makes the catch. And the MIT defense has been a huge part of this game and this season. Not a spectacular play, of course, there, but Benavides, the lead speed, tracking that well-hit ball. Here's Medea, walking a run scored and a foul out, and she takes strike. That is hit towards second. A short hop pick there by Bivett, and she makes the throw in time. Yeah, it's probably not a spectacular play, but it's not a routine play either. And those are the plays that Bivett has made a few of those at this game. Those are the plays that MIT make this season. DeLong swings and misses there. DeLong has walked and singled. Just thrown out at 3rd. Incredible throw by Atkinson in the 4th inning. That might be a big moment in this game looking back. A bunt attempt. Langmeyer up with it. Throw to first is in time. Langmeyer fielding her position, and the Engineers are 3 outs away from the title. It's the first 1-2-3 inning of the whole game. We go to the bottom of the 6th, a 7-3 lead for the Engineers. Looking back to Briggs Field at MIT and Cambridge. The MIT Engineers are 3 outs away from the 3rd consecutive NEWMAC title. Be their 4th overall. They also won it in 2018. Babson stand in the way, but they've only got 3 more outs to work with, and MIT meanwhile have a chance to increase the lead. They've only been held scoreless in the 5th inning of the first 5 so far. Avalad against Cambridge Whiteford, ball 1. Avalad 1 for 3, a 2-run single in the 2nd inning, and that's the last time MIT didn't have the lead in that game. In this game, struck a 2-2 tie with that 2-run single to center. 2-0. Ladd, Bivett, and Kumar. 3, 4, and 5 here for MIT against Whiteford. Pop up on the infield. Haja Pedayas right there near the second base bag. 1 out. Coming in, I expected a pitcher's duel between O'Reilly, the 3-time conference pitcher of the year, and Langmeyer, the first-teamer who's been the tournament's most outstanding player the last 2 years, but it's not shaped up that way. 7-3 game here in favor of the Engineers. 1 ball to no strikes. Given 1 for 2, a run scored and a sac fly.
Yeah.
1 ball and 1 strike. Think about tournament's most outstanding player this year. MIT only played 3 games, 2 against Babson and 1 against Wheaton on Wednesday. 2 balls at his strike. We'll see. I think that Langmeyer might be in contention again. Fang with a walk-off a Thursday and a double today. 2-1. The air right field. Moore settling under it and makes the catch for out number 2. In terms of today's game, look at the box score. Thiessen has 3 hits in the game. Vetus has 2 hits. Oh, we'll see. Babson not quite ready for that conversation, of course. They've got 3 outs to work with. Nicole Johnston is going to pitch hit here for Ari Kumar. Johnston, who was all conference last season, hitting .397 a year ago. And she takes a strike from Whiteford. Whiteford and O'Reilly are both graduate students, the 2-star pitchers for Babson. Sarah Moore is a senior as well. 0-1. Oh. Roger Panias is a senior. Melissa is a senior. 0-2. Shallow right. Sarah Moore calls off her second base, but it makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Cameron Whiteford. Last chance for Babson in the season. They need a rally. It's MIT 7, Babson 3. The Engineers on the brink of a three-peat. MIT 3 outs away from a 3rd consecutive NEWMAC title. We got some changes here. Ari Kumar is back in the game. That's being pitch hit for. She's the shortstop, and now Babson going to use a pinch hitter here. Devin McCall, sophomore from Virginia Beach, Virginia. And McCall takes a strike. 197 average, 280 on base percentage this season for the sophomore McCall. Babson down 7-3. Here's a slow ground ball. Kumar at shortstop, brings it in, throws to first. McCall with a dive, but it's not enough. 1 out. Engineers are 2 outs away. And that's a play, a slowly hit ball where give a lot of shortstops trouble, but not Kumar. Here's Sarah Moore, maybe for the last time. Three times all conference. He had 423 this year, so it could be 4 times. This one's flied to and hits record was 63 in 2023. She got 62 this year. Sophia Pack actually has 63, so if she gets to bat, she's up at 3 more batters, then she would have a chance to set that for Babson. 0-2. Curls around the zone, 1-2. Moore, 2 for 3. 2 runs batted in this game. 2. Moore made a spectacular diving catch in right field here this tournament. The pitch, foul back. One ball to 2 strikes. Langmeyer with up 3 runs in the first 3. She's given up no run since. On the ground to second. Bivens got it. Throw to first is in time. And the three-peat is 1 out away from coming to fruition. Hajapanayas now. A line drive into right. The Engineers have won the NEWMAC 3 years in a row. A rapid fire, top of the 7th inning. Langmeyer goes the distance. A 7-3 final. Hang with us. We'll have the post-tournament ceremony. We'll broadcast it for you right here on Flow College as the teams shake hands. Atkinson making the catch on that final line drive. 7th inning for Langmeyer. And I will sign off for now, but do stay with us momentarily. We'll have the post-tournament awards and ceremony. Babson finished the season 26-15 overall, runners-up for the 2nd year in a row. Certainly acknowledge their seniors. Another good season in O'Reilly and Whiteford in the circle for sure. Engineers 28-10, and their season isn't over. They'll play the NCAA tournament. Stay tuned for MITathletics.com for all the information relating to that. So stay with us for the post-game awards ceremony. But for now, I'll sign off for Lauren Miles, Timothy, MIT, and the NEWMAC Sports Network. My name is Jonah White. Thanks for joining us. MIT NEWMAC champions 3 years in a row. They beat Babson in the championship game 7-3.
field where NEWMAC Assistant Director Kaylee Putnam and MIT Athletic Director Dr. G. Anthony Grant will make today's championship trophy presentation. Before we begin, please join us in congratulating the runner-up Babson College on a terrific season. The Beavers are now 26 and 15 on the year. In particular, we would like to recognize seniors Sarah Moore, Athena Hajipanias, Alyssa DeStefano, and graduate students Flora O'Reilly and Cameron Wright for their contributions to the Babson program. Once again, congratulations to NEWMAC runner-up Babson on an outstanding season. At this time, we would like to recognize the 2025 NEWMAC Softball Tournament Most Outstanding Player from MIT, Maggie Fang. NEWMAC Softball champions, coached by Maddie Trotters, have compiled a 28-10 record this spring. Led by seniors Becca O'Connor, Kennedy Atkinson, Mackenzie Bivin, Katie Katsuyama, and Michaela Cable, the Engineers entered this year's tournament as the top seed and defeated 5th-seeded Wheaton and 2nd-seeded Babson to earn the program's 3rd consecutive NEWMAC title. Let's hear it for our 2025 NEWMAC Softball Champions, MIT. Congratulations again to both teams for an outstanding tournament, and thank you all for attending this weekend's championship.